This is Dr. Rebecca Johansson, running and triathlon coach with the Performance Project. Today's Sports Science mini lecture is going to start a 3-part series where we're discussing how to create a useful benchmark workout. This data that I'm going to present is from my PhD that I completed at the University of Cape Town, and my supervisors were Professor Mike Lambert and Dr. Jeroen Swart. So the first step when creating a benchmark workout, which is the purpose of a benchmark workout, is to track progress as athletes go through a periodized training program. And the first step is to create a feasible workout. So it has to be something that is relatively easy to complete and isn't too time invasive. So there's really three major considerations. The first being consider the time to complete the workout. So it shouldn't be something that is overly time consuming. Otherwise, it becomes not very feasible, and athletes won't want to actually complete the workout on a consistent basis, which is the whole point of a benchmark workout. And the second consideration related to number one is that the athlete must be able to complete the workout on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. So it has to be something that they enjoy doing on a consistent basis. And the third consideration is you have to know what your variables of interest are that are related to the workout. So as an example, I'm going to just discuss how I designed our finisher fartlek workout that we used in my PhD. So we knew that we wanted it to be a fartlek workout because we needed a range of running intensities to be able to get a good idea of changes in performance as runners went through a 6-month time period. So what I did in this series of graphs, we have graph A through E, and we tested out different types of fartlek workouts. So I was the only participant, so this was really just a feasibility study. It was pilot data just to figure out, okay, which workout is going to work best when we actually started the study. So my variables of interest on the x-axis, we've got running speed in kilometers per hour, and on the y-axis, we had heart rate in beats per minute. So I tested out 5 different types of fartlek workouts. In graph A, we did 5 times 3 minutes, and it was increasing effort level. So we always used RPE because that was what worked best for our participant group. And each 3-minute interval was done on a different day. So really quite different. But the reason why we wanted to do it on different days was because we wanted to minimize the effect of one interval on another in terms of running speed and heart rate. And then in graph B, we repeated that 5 times 3 minutes on separate days to see how different the results were when we repeated it on a separate 5-day period. In graph C, we did 3 times 3-minute intervals of increasing effort level, and that was all in one day. And then in graph D, that workout was 8 times 1K of increasing effort level, and that was completed all in one session. And then in the last graph, in graph E, we did 7 times 3 minutes of increasing effort level. And so really I was thinking about all 3 of the points that we discussed: the time that it took to complete the workout, how feasible it would be for athletes to complete on a consistent basis, and then the relationship between running speed and heart rate. So ultimately, in graph A and B, that was eliminated because it's not very feasible to ask athletes to do these 3-minute intervals in successive days. So it becomes quite invasive for the athlete to do. And also it's very important to keep your hydration levels the same, your sleep patterns the same, because those all affect heart rate. So that becomes very difficult to do. So graph A and B were eliminated based on those factors. And then the 3 times 3 minutes in graph C, the R squared value was really good. So the the line of best fit was very good. But ultimately we decided that that wasn't a large enough range in running speed. So you can see that the running speed just went from about 10 to a little over 13 kilometers per hour. So it's just didn't give us a large enough range in running speed in one workout. So there's too much guesswork between those 3 points. And then in graph D, the 8 times 1K, that created a beautiful line, and there was a big range in running intensities, which is nice. But ultimately, that workout took over an hour to complete. So in terms of time to complete the workout, the amount of time was too invasive for athletes to complete on a weekly basis. So what we were left with was graph E, and that was the 7 times 3 minutes of increasing effort level, and that workout took only 38 minutes to complete, but it was a nice workout and something that athletes could do on a consistent basis. And the relationship between running speed and heart rate was pretty good. So ultimately we decided on that one. So that's just one example of easy pilot work that any coach or athlete can do. Just come up with 3, 4, or 5 options for a benchmark workout and go out and just test them and see what you come up with.